Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Software Spotlight. Today I'm chatting with Dan from Capsule, which is a CRM provider. Really don't want to miss this one. So without further ado, here's the episode.
How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Brilliant. No worries. So yeah, how long have you been in the industry?
It depends what you define as the industry, but if it's the software industry, I would say around about 8 years in total across different organisations. If it's the accountancy industry, while I don't work directly in the accountancy industry, I've worked for vendors before like Sage, who and I looked after the accountant partner program there, worked in the accountants division, so worked directly with accountants there, and then worked a little bit with accountants at Capsule, certainly in a capacity around our affiliate program more recently. So in total with accountants, probably about 6 years.
Brilliant. So yeah, what is it that you do at Capsule?
So customer relationship management, Capsule is a CRM tool. I'm sure many people know what those tools do, but for anybody who isn't aware, customer relationship management tool effectively allows you to manage your customer data, manage performance of, say, a sales process or individuals involved in the sales process. And really the big benefits that a customer relationship management tool can deliver is consistency of customer data. It also allows you to make good decisions based on that data if it's handled in a particularly good way and consistently across the business. So key for decision making, key for driving growth long term in a business. And then also just really helps you to capitalize on different opportunities within your client base, whether that's prospects or current customers. You can just, set yourself reminders, make the most of opportunities and manage customer life cycles effectively, really.
Perfect. So on more of like an individual level, what drew you to work at Capsule? Was there anything in particular that sort of grabbed you? It was like, I need to work here.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's a good question. Well, I'm based in Manchester, and so is Capsule. When I think back over the last kind of 20 years, I've seen Manchester really grow as kind of a tech hub and a software hub. So it's been a really exciting time for the city, and I believe Capsule embodies a lot of that. At the core of Capsule is a really good product. So as a marketer, you're always looking for that, really. So, it's a well-established product. We founded in 2009, and the founders at the time really felt that a lot of CRM offerings on the market were either overly simplistic or overly complex. And I think when you have those scenarios, it really means that the customer isn't getting the maximum value from the software. So really, we want to deliver the right value to the customer with the right kind of product that they're going to make use of. So at the core of what attracted me to Capsule is a very good product that's quite well established, and I think has a lot of potential. We've got 10,000 customers globally currently, but I believe there's room for that to grow and to help and to continue growing as a business, really. And then beyond that initial appeal, when I initially started talking to the person that is my boss now, it became clear that there's a really good culture here. So we take a really good approach to problem solving. It's data driven, and we have a lot of debate around that and arrive at the right result for the customer. So for me, there's a lot of different things that attract me to Capsule, but they're the key things.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it a lot easier to, market and champion a brand when you truly believe in the product. Makes the job a lot easier.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're a very authentic and transparent business like that. Everyone in this business is really passionate about what they do, and it's very much driven by customer feedback as well. That's what drives our development roadmap. So you can really see that come through in the things that we do, and the way that we interact with customers too. So yeah, absolutely, agree entirely.
So is there any integration potential with Capsule?
Yeah, quite a lot, actually. I guess, I mean, we focus on doing a CRM really well. That's the main thing to say, or the starting point. So, we work on having a very good CRM tool for people to use. And then we've focused as well on developing very key integrations where customers can go off and configure their setup and their tech stack easily and get started with that. I guess probably most relevant to this conversation is to mention the accounting integrations that we've got. So when you look at the cloud-based platforms that we integrate with, we've got Xero, QuickBooks, Cashflow, Free Agent, Sage, a whole range of accounting solutions that we integrate with, because we recognize as well that for a range of businesses out there, or quite a lot of businesses out there, being able to integrate your customer data with your accounting solution, that really forms the solid foundation of your business. So we recognize that quite early in the life of the business. So we've got good coverage there. I think if you visit our website, we have a marketplace with a range with all of our integrations on there, everything from project management to contracts and proposals to form filling on websites to telephony. There's a whole range of solutions on there. And then whether you're a kind of Google Workspace user or a Microsoft 365 user, we've got integrations for that too. So really good coverage if you're a business looking to be quite agile with your setup. And then in the unlikely event that you use something already and you're really passionate about using it and don't want to move away from it, we also work with integration platforms like Zapier and Integromat that can do load code integrations with those solutions too. So there's usually a solution in there to suit your setup. Yeah.
Perfect. That's what we like. So
please.
Would you say you have a favorite feature within Capsule?
There's lots of features to go at, and customers tell us different things all the time, but being a marketer, I'm a bit of a magpie, so I quite like the shiny new stuff to talk about. And 2021's been a busy year for us. I mentioned about the 365 integration and the Outlook integration that we've got. So that was released earlier in the year. And that basically allows you to kind of input and manage customer data within Capsule from within your Outlook inbox. So that's a very convenient tool. We also can now sync the Capsule calendar with your Outlook calendar, and there's many more features around that. And then we've also got single sign-on across 365, so you don't have to kind of input your details across the different platforms to move between them. It's a much more seamless experience. And that also sits quite well alongside our Gmail, Google Calendar, and Google Workspace solutions. So like I said before, there's good coverage across types of businesses. More recently, we've released our multiple sales pipelines feature. So that means that you can set up pipelines within Capsule to match your sales pipeline. But we know that businesses often offer a range of different products and services, so that one pipeline doesn't fit all of them. So you can tailor different ones to suit that and measure progress across them. That really gives you the insight to say, okay, well, how are sales progressing for this kind of service or product? That gives businesses a lot more agility and flexibility. And then very recently, in the last couple of weeks, actually, we've released our email templates feature. So you can now email from within Capsule, but if you're writing a lot of the same types of emails and things are getting a bit repetitive, actually you can save those as templates and populate them with customer data from within Capsule. And what that means is if you've got a particular email that works quite well in terms of driving a response, maybe from existing customers or prospects, you can share them with the rest of the team that uses Capsule within your business or within your practice. And it just means that everybody's got a consistency of message, and ultimately you're saving a lot of time in pushing those emails out there too. And we've got a lot of really good feedback from that too, and the other features we've released this year. So yeah, those are the things that are kind of quite recent and quite exciting to me for sure.
It sounds like it's been quite a busy 2021 for you. Yeah. So what would you say separates Capsule from the competition?
That's a good question, because there are a fair few CRMs out there, and like I say, one of the overarching philosophies when the company was founded was to make sure customers and users of Capsule were getting good value. I talked a bit before earlier in the conversation about some of the benefits that you can get from a CRM, and for me, that's kind of the ultimate realization of people within your business using a CRM consistently. What's critical to all of that is the early stages of when you start using a CRM, and I think that's true of any technology really. You want the maximum potential number of people using it in the right way as quickly as possible, because if you lose that kind of impetus in terms of implementation and getting using it, then it kind of comes apart a little bit, and you're not getting maximum value, and you're not getting the most valuable data in there. So that's what we focused on quite a lot. Capsule is very much a product that's easy to get started with. And beyond that initial period, when you're getting started and setting things up and integrations and plugging all of that in easily, you want something that's got quite an intuitive UI and is quite easy to use. So that's what we've focused on, really, is delivering a very valuable and powerful CRM, but something that can be adopted quite easily and quickly and get the maximum number of people using it. For me, that's what really gives us stand out in the market. I think that kind of brings it to life a bit.
Yeah, I mean, people are usually a little bit adverse to change. Obviously, like even when it's beneficial. So making things as easy as possible for them, upon starting using, when they start to use Capsule, I can see that being a massive benefit, because you don't want to take, like a course to learn how to use something. You want it to be as intuitive as possible.
You're 100% right, and I think that gets mentioned by our development team quite a bit. If you need a manual to if you need to read 100 pages of a manual to get up and running and get started with something, then it's not really worth doing. That for us, we like that kind of self-starter side of things. That doesn't mean to say we leave it to the customer all the time. That's far from it. We've got a lot of really good resources on our website, from a video resources section to support pages and FAQs. And in the unlikely event that you can't find what you need in there, we've got an excellent support team that you can send queries to as well. So we really, really do place emphasis on being able to get started quite quickly.
So you mentioned earlier on in the chat that you partially work with accountants at Capsule. What would you say describes your ideal client?
It's an interesting question. I think I'll probably view that in a couple of ways. I probably look at clients in the truest sense, where they've come and signed up to Capsule and work with us directly. And then we have a channel, an affiliate channel, where I've spoken with accountants quite a bit more recently. So although that's more of a partnership approach, we've got clients that kind of arrive via that channel as well. So in that direct relationship where they come to us directly, we've got quite a broad appeal. That goes back to the nature of Capsule and being able to focus on CRM and configure the tech stack around that. So we don't really kind of put ourselves out there as being specific to kind of one size of business. I'd say we've got a broad appeal to everyone from kind of sole traders up to maybe 500 employee businesses. We deal with some that are beyond that as well. We're not really sector specific as well. We've got excellent coverage with, say, professional services, IT and software. Beyond that, real estate, travel agency, construction. We've really got coverage across sectors, and that really reflects how you can configure Capsule and kind of have it as part of your tech stack. So the ideal customer, ideally, you'd be looking for someone that sticks with us for a number of years and grows with us. That's my ideal customer, but that can come from any one of those areas that I just outlined. On the affiliate side, like I just mentioned, I think it's been very interesting talking to accountants more recently. I mentioned that when I worked at Sage kind of at the end of the 2000s, it was clear that there was a lot of change happening in the sector on a technological and compliance point of view. And I think we're really seeing that really gain a lot of traction now, 10, 11 years later. You had the advent of cloud tech back there, and you had entrants to the market like Xero and QuickBooks, etc., and that really shook up the sector. And I think now when I'm talking to accountants a lot more in an affiliate capacity, what you're seeing is there's a lot more kind of software advisory starting to come in, and that's where services are developing a lot more, those advisory services to clients, and that applies to practices of all ranges and sizes. And that's kind of why the affiliate program appeals to them a bit as well, because it's a revenue stream, but CRM is increasingly coming onto the radar of accountancy practices as well, because those benefits that we discussed before around business growth and longevity, if clients can be in the business of looking at things at that level, then it's better for everyone, isn't it? Businesses become more resilient and robust, and accountants can ultimately have a closer relationship with their client as a result. So we have quite a range of affiliates, everyone from accountants to bookkeepers to business consultants to systems integrators, but they're all in the business of making sure that their clients have the best kind of tech stack available and are well enabled for growth and resilience, particularly in the times that we live in it.
Yeah. Perfect. So it sounds like it's been a really busy 2021, as we've discussed. What are the plans for 2022? What are the new features that you've got coming? Is there anything in the works?
Yeah, I mean, there's always something in the works. I mentioned before that our development roadmap is very much driven by customer feedback. That's very much at the heart of what we do. And that can arrive at us from a variety of sources, but we're in frequent contact with customers, whether it's via social, whether it's internally, whether they're emailing our support team, and we can categorize that feedback and use that as our roadmap. What that looks like, I'm afraid I can't share that with you because we don't share too much about the future roadmap, but rest assured that there's a lot in the pipeline that you can expect in 2022 that will help customers, prospects, accountants get a lot more from the platform as well.
Perfect. So yeah, if a viewer, someone watching this, was to think, Capsule sounds like a bit of me, I need to get in on it, what would be their next call of action?
I'd highly recommend visiting our website, capsulecrm.com, because you'll have everything on there that we've just discussed. You've got the marketplace, you've got all of the features that you can get within Capsule, and it gives a good overview of that. There's also, even if I say so myself, a pretty good blog on there that talks about plenty of themes to do with CRM, but also slightly peripheral to that and kind of good business practice. And I think, people find that useful if they visit that. But then if you want to try Capsule out, our pricing page features all of our plans on there. We have 3 paid plans, professional, teams and enterprise, and all of them have a 30-day free trial. So if you signed up to that will guide you through the process of getting set up, both in product and via email as well. And if you have any questions in that period, please do shout up, because we'll come back to you and help with them. And then it's a case of, if you feel Capsule's right for you, then carry on with your paid plan. We also have a free version if you just want to kind of try that out in the background as well. So that's what I'd recommend. Visit the website. You should have everything that you need on there. And then also, if you are within your trial period or you are signing up to Capsule, I mentioned before, we've got video resources and FAQ sections and support docs on there that are all really useful, and we keep adding to all the time. So that should be a big help if you want to get started.
Perfect. Well, it's been absolutely brilliant chatting, Dan.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Are there any last words that you'd like to say to the viewers? Check out Capsule.
Sure. Just that it's really exciting to be trying to grow more of our presence in the accountancy sector. I know it's rapidly developing, particularly in that advisory area. So, if anybody's got any questions or they want to find out more, please reach out to us. We're present on social media. We're on Twitter, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, and we're even on Instagram as well. So send us questions. We'll be happy to come back to you. And it would be great to pick up with more of you directly if you do have any of those questions too. So yeah, thanks for having me.
That's all right. Thanks for joining me for this chat. And I shall see you all for the next episode of Software Spotlight. See you later.
Okay.